Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and if you are new, welcome. I just want to say hello to all of you beautiful souls out there, and I hope you're able to get outside in nature somewhere and go take a hike. I actually will be having a video coming out soon. I took a nice beautiful hike yesterday, and got a very beautiful waterfall that I got right down the hill, and I recorded all of it. So anyway, before I get too excited about that video, I do want to reach out to all of you. Yeah, you guys, it is not just about me, it's about you too, and that's the reason why I'm here. Is I want to help people and inspire people, because I've had somebody do that with me, and I'm like, wow, that it's very helpful to have somebody to give you some tips. Not all of us get taught the same stuff when we were brought up in our families. So anyway, I before I get started, I want to reach out to you and make sure you're taking good care of yourself. It is so important. And I do have a special friend that was teaching me how to take good care of myself, so I really appreciate that person. And I am here because of that person. And so I wanted to make this special video for all of you, whether you're single. This is for anyone and everybody. You could be single for this video, or whether you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or maybe you just have a friend right now. Maybe you're not at the girlfriend boyfriend level, but maybe you're working your way to get to that level. And also, this is for people that are married. Maybe even this might even help people that are struggling with their marriage. So and I'm not married. I have never legally been married. So so I know you might be wondering why I would want to take. You might be wondering why you would want to take tips from me if I'm not married. Well, it's because I've learned so much about relationships, and I have communicated a lot on the internet with dating apps and stuff like that. So it's like a study of my own. I wasn't really doing it as a study, but it kind of was. After a while, I was like learning about all different types of males on dating apps, and I actually loved really communicating with guys a lot, even though I never met a lot of them. Some of them I did in real time, where like I was searching for someone out there, but then I realized I was in the wrong place. So anyway, that's why I wanted to make this video. And I'm sorry, as you see, I'm wearing my butterfly shirt, and I wanted to wear my beautiful love sweater, but I forgot. I put it away for the summertime because I needed more space in my closet. I had a lot of sweaters in there, and I had to make space in my closet, get rid of all the stuff that I really wasn't wearing, or stuff I've had for many, 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 many years, so it's always good to do that once in a while, is to go through all your stuff. And and I did. I had like a good 5 bags of clothes that were given to me, most of them, and I had to let them go so I can, I got to let go of old things so I can get new things. And so it is good to do that. So anyway, I want to reach out to you, and like I make a lot of videos. I have so many videos on my computer that I haven't got uploaded yet. So, and I keep on making fresh videos almost every day. I do pretty much every day, either outside ones or inside. Like today is an inside day. It's a rainy day for me today in my area, but I still got out. I even have proof. I made a video of it, that I was out with my umbrella and my raincoat, So I did get out, and so that's another video I have on its way. So anyway, you can give my video a thumbs up. You can share it. You don't have to ask permission. And it's absolutely free to subscribe. So if you really want to help me out to reach other people, by liking my videos, it will help me to reach other people and to grow my YouTube channel. So, like if you want to see the world a better place, I believe a lot of us do, by liking my videos. There are other YouTubers out there that are trying to help. Not saying that I am perfect. I am far from being perfect. So, don't put me on no pedestal. I don't need it, because I do understand when that happens, it could really damage someone, and, you don't want to do that. So always understand that when you watch any YouTuber that none of us are perfect. We have flaws just like you do. So it's easy to point fingers, and say, hey, I saw what you did on that YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm human. So I'm not going to say that I'm perfect. I tried years ago, long time ago. And it's a Virgo thing, So I am not perfect. I think I got that clear. But you can do that. And I realize that I got to be careful with this bell. It's so loud when I ring it. But I do love my bell. But you can ring the notifications bell. That way you don't miss any videos. And, I've been working on a lot of different things. I'm learning how to edit. So be patient with me with these videos. I'm always going to try better, and, not try. I am going to do better every time. It's a growing progress. Not every YouTuber out there just said, hey, I got it all figured out, So everybody has to start somewhere. But anyway, if you want to send a message on these videos, especially on YouTube, that is really helpful. Is you can send a video down below this video. You can send a message down below this video. And if you want to write to me or send me a message, you can. The best place is on Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I wanted to wear my heart shirt today, but I had to put it away, so now I'm wearing my butterflies, and it's because, we're in spring. I've already seen a few butterflies, and even though it's not a sunny day, I felt like, hey, I want to wear butterflies today. I don't have a butterfly necklace yet. So anyway, I do want to reach out to all of you, and because I do care about you and I love all of you, I want to talk to you about relationships. I love talking about a lot of things, but I believe one of my favorite topics is about relationships. I've learned a lot about love and about friendships and, about relationships, what works and what doesn't. And like I said, I've been on I haven't been on a lot of dating apps, but I was on one particular for years, from 2010 all the way up until possibly 21. 2021, and after that I decided I had enough. And because then I found out I was looking in all the wrong places. And you might be wondering, how come, why do you say that? How come not the dating site? It's because I realized that really what you're looking for, a lot of things, you got tools, and you got your love, partner, like a twin flame, and there's so many things that is inside of you that you're searching for. And I learned a long time ago, before I even started watching YouTube videos, is that everything that you're looking for is not outside. It's inside of your heart. And that's why I wanted to wear my love sweater. But man, I don't want to go through all of that just to get that sweater, It's quite packed away in my closet. So anyway, I do love all of you, and so I'm going to start off with single people. If you are searching for a loved one, it's so important to, if you're searching for one, is to work on yourself. And you might wonder, and this goes for all of us, so this is not just for single people, but to work on yourself, like every day. Try to be the best version of yourself that you can be, and I do have, there's a deep diver out there, Infinite Waters. If I'm telling you, if you really want some help and you're seeking to get advice, some good sound advice, somebody that actually, has been studying people, working with people for a long time, really check him out. Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart. He is amazing, but only the strong can survive watching Ralph's Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart videos, those are the people that really want to change, can go and watch those channels and survive, because he doesn't beat around the bush. He says it straight as it is. So if you're not the type that can't handle the truth, in your face in a nice, loving, caring way, then those are not the videos for you. If you don't want to work on yourself, there's no sense in going there. But if you really are serious, about working on yourself and having the best, happiest life that you can ever have, really go check him out. He is a beautiful spirit being having a human experience. So he is awesome. And I've learned, I've been watching him for a lot of years. So I really encourage you, I will be having them on I just learned that I can actually put other people's videos on my YouTube channel. So I will be putting different people that that really help me out, like meditation guides. So I really want you to check out my YouTube channel, and that is Starlight Kathy with a K Dingman. So I will be having that information on my videos from now on when I'm learning to edit my videos, so that way you get the spelling right. Some people might not know what I said when I say the name, because it happens to me when I go on phones and they're like, what's your name? And I'm like, Kathy with a K Dingman, and they really, what? How do you spell that? So I want to make sure you know how to find me. So I will have different videos on my YouTube channel. So anyway, now for all you single ones, or especially single ones, because if you're in a relationship, you're not looking anymore, right? So this will actually help you to understand how to look for one, and if you're in the right relationship. So I do love you, and I what I desire is to see all you happy in a lovely relationship. If you're in a relationship where you're constantly fighting and arguing all the time, you might want to consider, communicating with each other. So before I work on couples, but I do want to work on the singles first, maybe you have your eyes on a guy or a girl, and this is for everyone, guys and women, of course, and, it is interesting how, you really should start off getting to know each other first. See if you can get to know each other first. But the very, 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 very most important thing, no matter if you're single, no matter if you got a boyfriend, girlfriend, no matter if you're married, whether you have a wife or a husband, is to be real. Not only to be real, but to be honest. Those two words, being real and being honest. There is someone out there right now that is searching for me and desiring to be with me, but they're not real. They're not being honest, so you don't want to be a fake. There's a lot of that going on Facebook, all over the either Facebook or on dating apps, where the people are afraid to be who they really truly are. So that way, then when they are afraid, a lot of times they're not being honest. They might put a fake photo up, showing that they look like somebody else. Well, that's not really going to help. If you are ashamed of what you look like, that means you lack self-love. It is not about what your outside looks like. It's not whether you're thin like me and weigh, gee, I just, no, my scale, actually, I need a new battery, 99. I was like, no, actually, the other day I weighed and it said 100 pounds. I'm like, I just weighed myself the other day and it was 115. So yeah, I weighed 100 pounds exactly, but no, I weigh more than that. So it is not about your weight, how tall you are, how short you are, how beautiful, and if you are a person that might be heavy, or I don't want to say heavy, but like not thin like me, is that it's not about all the outside, because it's about the inside. How are you about your inside of you, and it's so important when I talk about being real and being honest. You gotta be real with yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself first. That is the key. You gotta practice first being honest with yourself. Who are you? Do you even know who you are? A lot of times, and I didn't know this, is that, I have an old self and I have a new self. So my old self I call Kathy Dingman. My new self is Starlight. I am creating a new version of Starlight, of who I really am. So I've been going through a healing. So, and that's where a lot of people need, is they need to get healed. And that's what I'm talking about with, working with yourself, working on yourself, is a lot of people do need to be healed. Maybe you still think about your ex, and how they did you wrong. Have you forgiven them? Really, if you haven't forgave them and you still hold bitterness or envy or strife in your heart, it isn't going to help you with a new relationship. So you got to face these things. You can't just escape from them. And it is hard. I know this happens to me quite a bit, is not as much as it was before, because I've been working on myself, where certain things can trigger you to make you think of an ex, maybe, like you might see something and like, oh, and all of us have triggers. There's negative or positive, good or bad, and even though there's not any of that, it's hard to explain it without using those words, so I might have people correct me and say there's no good, there's no bad, but really, I got to reach different people at different levels, and we're all at different levels with growth, so you might be grown in an area where I'm weak at, and that's okay. My strength might be your weakness, so there's nobody better. I'm not better than you, and you're not better than me. But, we all have our strength. We're all the same. All of it's all, inside of us. Everything that you'd ever desire is inside of us. They have sicknesses. I didn't know this, is that it's dormant. We all carry all these diseases and all that. It's dormant. It's sleeping right now. But really what I learned a long time ago, around 2000, somewhere after that, it happened after 2000, is, there was something inside of me, and I didn't know all these things were sleeping. But what happens is that if you fear about stuff, if you really fear about stuff, you can actually cause it to happen to you. So you don't want to fear, like some people might fear of getting cancer, or other illnesses that are out there. And they're all inside of you. I didn't know that, but it's all of those illnesses and diseases and stuff. We have it all inside of us. It's just that they're sleeping. And if you fear, you could fear all kinds of stuff. And if you you're afraid to get near people because if I get near them, I might get germs and I might get sick, and I might, just like COVID, the way people acted when COVID came, wow, talk about fear. I was shocked how people were treating me. They acted like I was a walking COVID virus, and I'm like, yo, hold back here. Just because you got the shot, it doesn't mean that you can't carry the COVID either. We all are able to carry the COVID. It didn't matter if you had the shot or not. So don't target at me thinking because I didn't get the injection that I'm the one carrying it. No, just because you got 6 shots six injections, you could be carrying the COVID and give it to me. So yeah, fear, you gotta really, you don't want to fear anything that is like, fear not. Don't let that fear come in your mind, and that's why really news is not good. That's what they did with COVID, is they kept on repeating stuff over and over and over and over and over and over again, and it affects people, and it did. Freaking wow. Some people are still in shock from it. They got some kind of problem with them because of COVID. It caused another problem in their life. So that fear really can mess you up. And that's why kids are so beautiful. They don't fear anything when they're little. They don't know any better, so it is something with the little ones. So anyway, you got to work on yourself. You got to be totally honest with yourself, number one, first. If you're not honest with other people and you're not honest with yourself, first work on yourself. Work on being honest with who you are. If you're, if you are greedy, admit to it. If you're selfish, admit to it. Don't be ashamed. It's something that you can work with, something that you can work on, something that you can correct. Like you might be jealous. I didn't think I had jealousy, until it smacked me in the face, and like, wow, I actually have I got to get right with that. I try to run away from it, but I decided I'm going to face it. And guess what? I got my heart right, In relationships, that happens a lot, where people are jealous. They're jealous where they don't want you. And it's another thing about when it comes to jealousy. It's a trust issue. Where like if you have somebody and you love them, well, do you trust them? Why can't your guy friend hang out with his female quote friend? What do you think, they're gonna sleep together? Because if you trusted them, then you need to let that go and let him, and it's good to meet her, it shouldn't be sneaking around your back, and because that's where then, people are going to think, why are you sneaking behind my back? What are you up to? Are you doing it? Are you, are you messing around with him? Are you messing around with her? So you really, you don't want to be sneaking around, because that's how people think you're up to no good. That's where then you end up having where they don't trust you because you're sneaking around. It's like, about the sneaking around is that, like, where are you going to go? Like, what if you go somewhere, right? And you're only friends, and you don't plan on ever doing anything with that person, whether a guy or girl, but then where are you going to go to hang out? Are you just going to go at their house? Are you going to go to the restaurant? Are you going to go out to a hiking trail, or, like go to a park? The whole funny thing is that life is funny. What if you go out and somebody sees you? They see you at a restaurant eating. How do you think that looks? What if they know your loved one, like your husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend? And they, a lot of people, they like to stir up trouble, and they go back, or they're concerned, one or the other. Either they're concerned and they want to look out for their friend, and they want to help them by saying, yo, I seen your wife, or I seen your girlfriend, or I seen your boyfriend, I seen your husband with this girl, and they were eating dinner. But it really doesn't mean anything because they were eating dinner. But it does stir up problems, because, if you're hiding around and sneaking around, or even on your phone, where some people might have a friend and they really didn't want to let them go, but then their husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend got jealous and said, if you're with me, you're not going to have any other friends. You're not allowed to have that friend. Now, for me, as far as the relationship goes, I don't have any friends. I have one. So it's not a deal. It's not a problem with me. It's not like, hey, I want to hang out with this guy friend that I have over here. Because if I did have any of those kind of friends, I more than likely already been with them. I don't want to hang out, I'm good. I don't want to be, why would I want to hang out with them? now and when I'm in a new relationship, because things could happen then, because then it's like you already been together, you already had feelings for each other before, so I'm letting that out of my life. I don't need to, I don't hang out with them people now. Why would I want to bring that into a new relationship? So you got to really so if you do have somebody that was an ex, it might not be the greatest person to be hanging out with now. Because what if they have feelings for you? What if they know your triggers and know how to get you going and know how to do this? Because they know all about you. They know what, they might know what, like wearing cologne. Man, like, whoo. Like I'm weak when it comes to cologne, but not that I would cheat on somebody, because I'm very sensitive to smells, and they do know that, the scientists and all that, they know how the nose can like trigger things with women and men, so it is something is that you want to be smart and wise about what you're doing as far as relationships. The biggest thing is communication is key. Besides being honest and being real is communication. You really need to have good communication skills. Make sure when you talk to people, this happens to me sometimes, and I don't mean it, is if I'm going to have any problem in a relationship, it might be because I didn't fully express what I really truly wanted to say fully 100%. Or I misinterpreted something and thought they meant something else. Instead of asking questions of what they meant, where in my mind I believed what I thought they meant, where it wasn't what they meant at all. That would be my, it's not about being faithful. It wouldn't be about this. It wouldn't be about that. It wouldn't be, it wouldn't be about stealing. It wouldn't be about lying. It would be all of that. It would be a miscommunication. Period. Not lack of communication. I'm a good communicator, more than most, but it would more than likely be a misunderstanding or a miscommunication. So those are things that you really, like if you do have a problem with a loved one, like I mentioned, and I don't think I made any videos recently, is that really time is everything when you're going to, like communicate. Where are you going to communicate? When, where, what are you going to communicate? The when, where, what, where, when, and how, or why. You got to kind of go down the list on those, have a piece of paper. When are, it's really important. If you got kids, it's so important, so when is a very important time when you have kids. If you don't have any kids and you are in a relationship, whether you're boyfriend, girlfriend, married or not, or just friends with the opposite sex, now on the friends, where you haven't really even met maybe, so this is for singles, friends, twin flames, boyfriend, girlfriend, or married people, is, when, if you haven't met yet and you're working on a friendship level, the communication could be much harder than a normal, like if you see each other every day. So those are, you really have to be careful on how you communicate and what you say. And sometimes, things could get mixed up easily. And so you really have to, if you're not clear on what somebody said to you, instead of, and it happens quick, your body can react, like it's something else. How this all happens is, like I would have to say maybe females more than a male. We are all different. And that's why it's so important that men and women come together, because where I'm weak, he's strong. Where she's strong, he might be weak. Not that he's weak, but he's, something, an area that he might need to work on more. So, like, it's a beautiful thing. It can be a beautiful thing, but it takes two. It takes two of you to work, not just one. Not just one person working on a relationship. It takes both of you, with the communication. If your husband or boyfriend, I'll just pick on the guys right now, or your male friend or your twin flame male, is if he says something and he's got his mind on what he's saying, and maybe he didn't say it clear enough. And, maybe he had a lot on his mind. And, maybe he wasn't thinking of all the pieces, because it's like a puzzle, like if you don't have all the pieces, when you say something, and then the female takes it and she's got questions in her mind, but she doesn't say anything because the whole process happens so quick. Then the emotions can really come in really strong on, like whether you're a guy or a girl, and it brings up questions. And the thing is, a lot of times we either we're afraid or we're embarrassed, or whatever, the reason why we don't say, hey, or maybe the time wasn't right, and maybe, because that can happen where sometimes they might not have a lot of time and they have to go back to work, they got to do this or that, and so, maybe he wasn't clear enough, or, even women, the same thing, but, so maybe, you didn't have time, but then you're separate now, and he went to go to work, and you're doing your thing or whatever, and now your mind's going, which you got to really be careful of that, because that can really go down like the toilet bowl. It really can take you places, and not in always the best places either. So, and that's why it's so important to make sure, if you don't understand what your loved one, whether you're with them or not yet, or somebody that you're desiring to be with, is to make sure you find out, hey, all day, when you do find the time, is to reach out to them however it is. Not everybody talks on a phone when they communicate. Everybody has different ways of communication depending on how far away they live, or if they're even living together. Reach out to them and say, I really need clarity on what you told me earlier. You might have had an emotional day because of it. Maybe your thoughts were going crazy all through the day. So you want to really not pay a whole lot of attention to your thoughts, and that's easier said than done, because your thoughts can get all crazy and all confusing, and so as soon as you can, you want to remember to say, hey, I need to reach out to this person, whether it's a guy or girl, and say, you said this and you said that or whatever, and make sure you are clear and have the right attitude, explaining yourself. Don't get upset and angry. There's no reason to get angry at this point. Not at all. There's absolutely no reason to be upset at this point. So don't freaking lose your cool. Don't start sending stupid messages on his phone or her phone and just overreacting, and that does happen with guys and girls. We all can be affected in that way, where we can overreact, not knowing where we stand and whatever's going on, depending on what you're talking about. So really, you don't want to overreact. It really sucks. I gotta really do another video on this. So yeah, you don't want to overreact on what's going on. You want to make sure, think about through the day how you want to, be clear on how you talk, and think, if you're living together, really, you can use your tone of voice in a certain way that's going to tick somebody off, or you can use your tone of voice in such a way that they understand that you're clearly just trying to understand. You want clarity on what they said earlier. So use your tone of voice in the right way, so you don't send off the wrong kind of vibes, because then you might not get the right kind of answer, that you're looking for. And, really take some time and make sure you got the right time and place and all that to discuss it, because you can't just talk about this stuff anywhere and anywhere. But if you're alone and you're together, make sure you ate his food. I've known throughout my life, really, especially the men, they need to eat their food before you talk to them, and make sure they're not busy. If they just got done with work, that's not the best time to talk to them or her. You're going to get them upset. They worked their ass off all day long. They don't want to walk in the door and just hear, nah, 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 nah. I've done it. I was guilty of that one, normally stressing out over something, getting worried, like an over anxiety going ching, you don't want to do that. Absolutely not. You're going to get it, you're going to end up making more problems than actually solving them. So anyway, I do have to go. I'm going to make another video right after this. So this is just going to be part 1 here. So I will try to have these out one right after another. So this is part 1. So I'm going to end this now. So I will be back. I love all of you, and I want you to have the happiest relationships that you can possibly have, that are not only happy, fun, fulfilling, healthy relationships. So I do love all of you. So anyway, you can give this video a thumbs up. You can like it. Ching! You could share it with your friend or even your pet, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't you want to see other people learning how to love each other and, like to have good relationships? Well, by liking these videos and subscribing, YouTube will see this, and YouTube will let other people know. So then not only other people can get help, you will be helping me out in return, helping me to grow my channel so I can reach more people. Because don't you want to make a change in the world? So please, you could help me out on that. I'm trying to help you out with good sound advice, things that work or do not work, and relationships. There are all different kind of things out there. So I'm only going to do the best that I can, and I'm always working on improving myself. So anyway, I do love all of you, and don't forget the notification bell, that way you don't miss any videos like part 1, part 2. And also you can find me at Instagram at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I do love all of you. This is Starlight. Love and light. Peace.